Hi, Emily. It is Miss Ryan. Here's your problem. So I'm not sure if you're allowed to use a calculator or not. If you are allowed to use a calculator, you can actually solve this graphically by making the left side of the equation your y1 in your graph and the right side of the equation the y2. And this can be solved using the intersection method. So I'll show you that really fast. So I have the left side graphed as y1, the right side graphed as y2. I just put an x instead of the v variable. And then when you go to your graph, you're looking for where is the left side equal to the right side. So I graph the left and graph the right, but where are they equal to each other graphically is going to be where they intersect. And you can see that happens one time right here. If you do a second trace, number 5 is the intersection method. So I just type number 5 in. And then you can usually just hit enter, enter, enter. The calculator is really good at this. And it gives you that intersection of x equals 6. And because our equations had x's in it, that is the answer. So you don't have to look at the y value, second trace 5, enter, enter, enter. So you see that x equals 6 right here. You don't have to worry about that y equals 1. X equals 6 is the answer. So that is one way to get it. The other way is some pretty heavy algebra. So let's look at that really quickly. The way that I would do this is I would square both sides, and that is going to get rid of the square root on the left side. So if you square both sides, the square root and the squared go away, and you just have negative 8v plus 49. And on the right side, you have v minus 5 squared. And you could do a Punnett square. V minus 5 squared is just v minus 5 times v minus 5. So you've got v squared, negative 5v, negative 5v, and positive 25. So I'm going to bring down the left side, and then on the right side you have v squared. Negative 5v and negative 5v is negative 10v, and then you have a positive 25. So basically, it's solving a quadratic. You're going to put everything on one side. You could do the quadratic formula. You could factor. That's what we're going to do to get the answer. There's a weird thing that happens at the end, so we'll get there. So I'm going to move the 8v over. So I'm going to add 8v to both sides, and I've got 49 is v squared. Negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2v, and then a positive 25. And then you're going to move that 49 over. So subtract 49. And you've got, this is going to be a 0. 49 minus 49 is 0. Then you've got v squared minus 2v. And then you have 25 minus 49, which is negative 24. So everything is on one side, and you would be able to do either the quadratic formula or factoring. I'm going to factor. So we're looking, this is an invisible 1, to multiply to negative 24 and add to negative 2. And those numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add to negative 2 are negative 6 and positive 4. Because you have this invisible 1 here, you are allowed to go right to this shortcut of v minus 6 and v plus 4. So just using those numbers, v minus 6 and v plus 4. You would take those factors and set them to 0. So v minus 6 is 0 and v plus 4 is 0. And you get, you can add 6 to both sides, you get v equals 6, minus 4 on both sides, and you get v equals negative 4. So the last thing that's really weird about this problem is that anytime you square both sides, you run the risk of creating what's called an extraneous solution, which basically is just an extra solution that doesn't actually work. So we already know from the graph that x equals 6 is the only answer, but if you weren't using a calculator, what you could do is go back to the original equation. So negative 8, square root of negative 8v plus 49, and then this was v minus 5. And basically what you could do is just plug in your answers and see which ones actually work. So let's start with v equals 6. Negative 8 times 6 plus 49 equals 6 minus 5. So every time there's the variable v, I'm plugging in a 6 just to see if it actually works. This is negative 48 plus 49. 6 minus 5 is 1. Negative 48 plus 49 is 1. The square root of 1 is 1, so that one is fine. But the second one is negative 4. And you're going to see really quickly that this does not work, because when you plug in that negative 4, you've got negative 8 times negative 4 plus 49 equals negative 4 minus 5. So let me see, this is 32 plus 49. Negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. You could potentially stop there, because when you take the square root of something, you're never going to get a negative number. So if you see that that's not working, you could stop right there. 32 and 49 is 81, but the square root of 81 is not negative 9. So that negative 4 was an extraneous solution. And like I said, when you square both sides, you can create that extra solution. So this is a pretty tough problem. There's a lot of algebra here. So v equals 6 ends up being the only answer. And please let me know if you have any questions, there's anything that doesn't make sense. It's been a while since we've seen a problem like that.